to Ego TV. My name is Emmanuel Chris. Today we'll be discussing on the topic not too young to run bills. And I have a guest here in the studio by name Mr. Obenso. He's a man of integrity, he's a political analyst, and he's a very good representative of APC here in New Delhi. Welcome, sir.
Welcome, God bless you.
Mr. Can you give us a brief details about yourself, sir?
Thank you, Mr. Emmanuel. Please. My name is Obed, and people need to call me Obenso. I'm an APC member in New Delhi branch. I'm also a campaign manager for Culture Diaspora.
Wow.
So that's
very
very
interesting.
today.
You're welcome, sir.
Cool.
Actually, today we'll be discussing on a topic that says not too young to run bill. And this bill was signed into law on 31st May 2018 by His Excellency Muhammadu Buhari. And this bill seems to have a lot of challenges. And we are here to discuss if the youths are able and capable to face the challenges of this bill. The limit age of this bill starts from the president, which is 40 to 30, governor 30 to 35, the Green Chamber 30 to 25, and the State of Assembly 30 to 25. And right now we are having a kind of economic meltdowns in the country, and the presidential form for this bill, starting from the APC, will have is 45 million naira. Starting from the PDP, will have is 12 million naira. Do you think, sir, if the youth are able to provide such huge amount of money for the presidential form?
Okay, thank you. Coming to the presidential form, before, let me go to the not too young to run. It was started for long, and they are deliberated on the red chamber and the green chamber. So finally, they come to conclusion to sign it into law on May 30th, 2018. So to not too young to run is a very good idea, and it will elevate some Nigeria groups, some Nigeria youth. It will make them to work perfectly well. I believe and I like it. I'm so proud. The red chamber and green chamber that put into law, even the Mr. President Muhammadu Buhari have signed into law, and it have persisted. By 2019, it will start for 2019. Thank you.
Actually, when this bill was passed into law, it was a welcome development to the Nigeria. The youth were much happy to participate in the presidential race and the government race in the country. Well, I would like to understand if these youth will be able to overcome the challenges of presidential form, because right now in APC the form is about 4 to 5 million naira, and in PDP the form is about 12 million naira. Do you think that the youth can be able to provide such huge of amount of money to purchase this form, sir?
Okay, thank you. See, right now in Nigeria, I just want to bring something to you so that you can understand. And Nigeria is a country that had large population and the most populated black race in the world.
Okay.
Second by Brazil. And approximately maybe Nigeria figure is about 198 million. Let's go to the too young to run. I think too young to run is a very good thing, but where the problem is now is the form, presidential form. Let's start from APC. 45 million, they do it, they put it into law, 45 million. But how on this world that youth can bring 45 million to buy a leave form, let alone do a campaign and the other things? Oh. They made it they start it not too young to run. But to come in to finance it, they know that youth cannot bring such thing unless it's from his father or from sponsor from somewhere only to purchase a form, 45 million. What of the main race? So I don't like that idea, but the cost of that form is too much, it's too costly. If they can bring it down to a affordable price like 15 million, it's a welcome idea. Than to go to 45 million, it's too much. I don't like that. I'm an APC member, but that one they tag 45 million, they deprive it from the youth not to run in that party. But in other parties, if youth really want to prove themselves right, like if you can see what happened in France, the age of the president of youth now of France, I think Emmanuel something is 40 years. Yeah. If the youth in Nigeria from 40 to 35 years, according to the constitution, can run, a lot of youth get interest to run. And I will believe Nigeria will be changed. Nigeria will be transformed. All these old men who have loot money for the military regime to the civilian regime, even From all ratification, before the colonial masters came, all of them are into power. So what I'm trying to say is this: it is very, very welcome address and welcome idea to you to run.
Okay, sir. If you are given the opportunity to be a president for 100 days in office as a youth, what are your program or into agenda we put into law that will make Nigeria a better place? We have had a lot of leaders that have come and gone. We have had a lot of promises, and none have been able to move the country forward. If you are given the privilege to be a president for 100 days in office, what can you put in place? Now we have the power sectors, which is not something to talk about. We have the infrastructure sectors that have collapsed. We have a lot of sectors that are not working in Nigeria. So if you are given such a privilege to be a president for 100 days in office, what do you think you can put on place? Let's start by power sector, sir.
Okay, very good. That is, I like this interview, and I will not make a mistake, and I will have to direct you and go direct. See, this country called Nigeria is a very great country that Nigeria, God Almighty blessed. And many countries in the world suffers a lot of things. Some people suffer something like a flood disaster, some people suffer like earthquake, but in Nigeria it's not like that. The problem in Nigeria is power sector. I could remember 1999 when General Obasanjo, he was campaigned to be a president of Nigeria. He made a promise, said he will restore light. He will make Nigeria to one of the best countries, though they used to call Nigeria giant of Africa. Yes, I believe that. But the people inside there is make them to, I don't think, second class, or they cripple Nigeria. First thing is, look at where we are now. You can see steady light. Any government who can bring steady light in Nigeria, he or she have won the people's mind. Number one, when there is no light, infrastructure cannot take place. Foreign investors cannot come in. They only promise and fail. They cannot fulfill their promise.
Mr. Obenso, what I'm saying, if you are given this privilege, how can you centralize the power sectors in Nigeria? What can you do to make the Nigeria? Right now you are the president. Assume you are the president of the country. Can you make this work in Nigeria? Can you give us a steady light? If you are being elected as the youngest youth.
Let me tell you one thing. First thing, if I become a president, I will focus. Only problem we have in Nigeria is power. When there is no power, development cannot come. Those people that are there, they can see them. They travel to overseas, different countries. They go to Europe, they go to Asia, any country. They steady light. When they return back home, their country of their own, they cannot bring something. My own priority, first thing I keep on lamenting, is to restore light, power supply in Nigeria. Go to rural area, go to urban area, everywhere we have light. If you go to the nearby country, something like Chinese, if you don't know, go to expert, Chinese and Japanese. I will believe this Asia country, they can come and restore light, not to make a budget. My 100 days in office, I will tax myself to tell the people difference between youth and old age.
Oh, that's very fun. That's a lovely contribution by you, Mr. Obenso. Now, what do you think will happen to these past leaders that have embezzled a lot of money in the power sector? We have our former president, Obasanjo. He awarded a lot of contracts based on this sector, and yet we still have sector power failure. Now, the current president, Muhammad Buhari, is fighting. I remember the former governor of Lagos, Fashola, when he made a comment when he was campaigning for APC, he told us that if me elect into power, that within some period of time that Nigeria will have constant light. That was one of his campaign promises he made. And right now there is no even, we are not having even 2 hours light in Nigeria. What do you think you can do to those past leaders that have taken away such happiness and development from us?
Okay. Let me tell you, before the civilian regime now, this is 1999, I believe during the time of military, we used to have light. But now it's epidemic power supply. Let me tell you what I mean by epidemic power supply. epidemic that the power supply is shaking. There's no power supply. They make only promises. They make budget. They budget the power supply. Look at what they will do. They work dam in this area. They say, see your political zone, there'll be a dam, which is only campaign slogan, only to maybe to get people's mind. When they vote them into office, they will satellite everything. If, like now, the former president and those former leaders who that make the promise from Obasanjo to Yar'Adua, the blessed memory, then to Goodluck Jonathan, even after Goodluck Jonathan, don't imit current president of Nigeria, Muhammadu Buhari, that make a promise. I could remember 2014, before he become a president of Nigeria, he made a promise, a lot of things about power supply, which does not put into practice. For 3 years now, it's about some months now for his 4 years. There is nothing, there does not change.